Hello, my name is Matt, short for Matthew Hendricks. I'm writing this story to inform people on this serial killer that's been named Heartful Lou. Well, his real name is Louis Apricot, Lou for short. Lou and I, we were best friends. We did everything together. Lou has smooth, shiny brown hair, brown eyes, and those lips that looked like they always had lipstick on. We lived in Portland, Oregon, a city near a big, beautiful, lush forest. Now Lou comes from a stressful environment. Lou's family was always rather dysfunctional. Lou's father left his mother when he was 5 years old, and Lou's mom was basically struggling to pay rent. She worked as a cashier at Walmart. Lou was alone most of the time because his mom had to work overtime. Lou was a good kid, just quiet, polite, and radiant smile bright enough to light up a room. We went to a Central Catholic high school together. He did great in classes. He would often tutor me since I wasn't the best at math. After an hour of tutoring, he'd come over to my house and we'd play Call of Duty Black Ops 2. We'd laugh and basically just have fun in general. Then around 2 months ago, he got a girlfriend. Samantha J. Lopez. She was amazing. Long brown hair, blue eyes, the most perfect body of any girl. They began to go on dates. Lou and Samantha were the perfect couple. I remember one day, Lou invited me to the carnival with him and Samantha, which I agreed to. Lou was trying to beat this one game where you throw a ball and try and knock out the cans. Samantha decided to try and she actually knocked them all out, first try. Lou began to become red as a tomato. Samantha won Lou a mask. It was all white except for a big pink heart in the center. Lou put it on and hugged Samantha. I thought the mask was a bit creepy, but if Lou was happy, then I was happy. Then, around the same time Lou's mom had lost her job, Lou began working at the supermarket. He basically was the guy who would put the prices on the items, put goods on the correct spots, fix them when people would mess them up. Lou's mom worked in a small clothing store, and was the one who helped out the customers find what they need. Then, one day, when I was going to school, I saw Samantha, but she wasn't with Lou. She was with some guy from my history class, Derek Shale, I think? Then I saw them making out. I took a picture and I knew I had to tell Lou. After school, I invited Lou over to play Call of Duty. He agreed and we played a one-on-one match. I wasn't really on my A game because I was thinking on how I should explain this thing to Lou. The game ended and Lou won, and he asked me what was wrong. Being put on the spot, I didn't really know how to answer, so I just told him I was thinking about my classes. Lou then told me that he was going to go visit Samantha before work. I panicked and told him I had to tell him something. He asked me what I wanted to tell him, and I pulled out my phone and showed him the picture. Lou took a deep breath and sat down. I saw his fists clenching and unclenching. He was filled with expected anger. I asked him what he was going to do, and he told me he didn't know. Why would she do this? Lou got up and stomped the floor in anger. Calm down, it's okay, I exclaimed. No, she cheated on me. Lou's eyes began to get watery. I gave Lou a second to let go of his emotions. I'm so sorry, bro. If there's anything I was stopped by Lou. No, I'll handle this. I need to go talk to her. With that, Lou picked up his backpack and left. 5 hours later, Lou came back looking rather shaken. "What's wrong?" I asked. I got in an argument with Samantha. I got so mad, He choked on his words. You did what? I punched her in the cheek and she slammed the door crying. After a match of Call of Duty, he calmed down and decided that he should apologize. I have to say sorry, but how do I apologize for something like that, man? I gave Lou an idea. Why not visit her with that mask she won you? Lou began to smile. It's an amazing idea. Thanks, bro. No problem. In fact, I'll drive you there. Lou and I entered my brand new Volkswagen and I drove Lou home so he could get his mask and some better clothes. He came out wearing the mask, a black short-sleeved shirt, a pair of ripped jeans, and Converses. Lou was getting his hair ready while I was driving to Samantha's. I parked in front of her house and I watched as Lou went to ring the doorbell. Samantha came out, and when she saw Lou, she began to smile. Her dimple was visible just above the bruise that Lou left on her cheek. They hugged and I couldn't stop but just smile. Lou came back and told me what happened. Samantha and me are back together and she promises not to do that again. I'm happy for you, man. Well, I guess it's about time you got to work. Hey, I'll drive you. I left Lou at his job and I left for home. For a week, everything was normal, but then when Lou was at work, I was taking a little walk and I saw Samantha with Derek again. I gasped in shock, and to make it worse, it appeared that they were even kissing harder than I saw them do last time. I pulled out my phone and hesitated. Did I really want to show him this? I didn't want to keep from the truth, but I didn't want to expose him to this again. I decided that keeping the truth from him wouldn't really help anything, and I snapped the picture. I called Lou. Hey, I'm gonna pick you up from work. I have to tell you something. I spend my time walking back and forth trying to think of a way to tell him. I went to pick up Lou and showed him my phone. His fists clenched once again as he tried to hold back his rage. After a few seconds, I broke the silence. So, what's the next step, man? What are we gonna do? Lou took a deep breath and responded. Well, guess I have to break up with her, man. I sighed. Okay, I really think that's for the best. Hey, bro, do me a favor. Can you drop me off at work? Sure, I said. I dropped Lou off at his job and went home to sleep. I got a call that woke me up. My mom wanted me to pick her up and I agreed. I got up and got in the Volkswagen. I was driving and I noticed Lou. He was wearing his heart mask. I shook my head. Come on, bro. Why are you going back to her? I thought to myself. The odd thing was that Lou wasn't wearing any fancy clothes. He was wearing an orange hoodie, black jeans, and what looked to be the same Converse. What really stuck out was what he had in his hand. He was carrying an axe. The same type of axe they had at his job for in case of emergency situation. I also saw what looked to be a knife sticking out of his pocket. Of course, I was very much worried and began to follow him. He walked over to Samantha's house. After standing there for what seemed like a minute or two, he smashed her window open with the back of his axe and crawled inside. I parked my car in front of the house and cautiously began to peek through the window. I guess Samantha was home alone or something, but her parents weren't there, and she was in the kitchen making a sandwich. Her scream rang out when she saw Lou. What's wrong? Lou asked. Don't you love me? Samantha yelled and went straight for the knife drawer. Lou threw the axe at Samantha, who ducked but got cut on the shoulder. My aim's been getting better since last time, said Lou. Samantha grabbed a knife and stood up nervously, holding the knife in front of her. Lou took out his butcher knife and charged at Samantha. Samantha swung at Lou, but Lou dodged it and stabbed Samantha in the stomach. Samantha clutched at the spreading spot of red on her shirt and fell to her knees. Lou grabbed his axe. Love is supposed to be a gift, and you manipulated it. He leaned in close to her. People like you don't deserve to live in this world. And I'll have the honor of taking you out myself. I thought I heard what sounded like a small chuckle as he pulled Samantha by the hair. Samantha began to cry. Shh, it's okay, I'll make this quick and painless, unlike you made it for me. Don't worry. You and Derek will be together for eternity. And with that, Lou slit Samantha's neck, and her body fell to the floor, the crimson fluid spurting from her as she twitched several times before going motionless. Then Lou raised his knife up and began to carve into her chest. I couldn't take it. I threw up and I stumbled back to my car. Just as I did, Samantha's parents came walking by, and Lou ran through the backyard, climbing over the fence. I drove away. Some part of me thought that staying there would cause me to get blamed for the crime. It sounds selfish, I know, but I did just fucking sit there. I saw Lou running. I knew I shouldn't follow him, but how could I just let him go after that? I drove off following him, and this time he stopped at someone's house I've never been to. Lou entered the same way as before, smashing the window open and crawling inside. It appeared as though some of the glass shards cut into his hands, but he acted as if it didn't faze him at all. I couldn't tell if the blood that was stuck on the shattered glass in the window was his or Samantha's. Honestly, I didn't want to know. I crept to the window again and somehow brought myself to watch. I saw Lou go into the bedroom. I went to the side of the house to see into the room, and it was Derek sleeping in his bed. His parents upstairs sleeping with the music on high. Lou ran and jumped on top of Derek, who woke up confused. Lou went to swing his axe at Derek, but was stopped. Derek grabbed Lou's arm and kicked Lou off of the bed. "What the hell are you doing here?" Lou somehow got to his feet, and I could hear him muttering, "Love is a gift. And people like you manipulate it for your own purposes." Then Lou charged at Derek with his axe. Derek blocked the swing, grabbed the handle of the axe, and punched Lou square in the face, making him fall back. Derek ran to the door, but Lou grabbed his leg, making Derek collapse. Lou ran and locked the door. "Why do you want to leave? Don't you want to be with Samantha?" Lou put his axe into one hand, and with the other he pulled off his knife. What happened next was so quick, it took me a second to realize what just happened. Lou threw his axe at Derek, and Derek dodged, but at the same time he was already running at Derek head-on with the knife ready. Derek didn't react fast enough, and Lou ended up behind Derek and stabbed him in the back at an angle that went through the ribs, under the backbone, and stabbed his spinal cord. Derek fell pathetically on the floor, choking out sobs through the blood that was oozing up his throat. He couldn't move. Lou got his axe and knelt over Derek. "It's okay. You'll be in a better place. Not that you deserve it." With that, Lou swung his axe at Derek's head. Lou then grabbed his knife and began to carve into Derek's chest. I decided that I had enough and went to my car and drove to my mom and went home. Somehow I managed to get to sleep, but I wish I hadn't. I had a nightmare that Lou was chasing me, and right when he was going to stab me, I woke up. It was 12 o'clock in the morning. I turned on the TV and saw the news. 2 teenagers found dead. 2 teenagers found dead in their homes. Then something made me cringe. Above the bodies was written, "Love is a gift. Don't manipulate it. I heart you." The heart was Samantha and Derek's heart, shoddily sewn together. I couldn't believe my best friend, Lou Apricot, was capable of this. Lou came over the next day, seeming completely carefree as he asked if we could play another round of games. Not knowing how to react, I agreed. Lou was only using the combat knife, and when I asked why, he told me that he wanted to learn some new techniques. Lou left after the match, and an hour later, his mom called me. She asked if I've seen him lately and that he wasn't home. Apparently, Lou ran away. Nothing more was heard of him. Ever since then, every time I look at the news, I'd find about some new gruesome murder. It was hookers, prostitutes, alleged adulterers, all their bodies turning up in increasingly gruesome ways. If Lou thinks he's making a change in the world, Lou thinks that some fucked up logic that he's helping or making some type of change, but just remember, love is a gift. Don't manipulate it, or you'll meet Heartful Lou.